and asking what you're in for. Prosecutor could be trying to do you in for the 2020 so you passing out the info. But no, you had purpose, you had plans. I ain't throwing nothing on Mercedes Benz. Won't impress y'all, don't need no fans. That ain't my God, who is that man? This real man talk, real king ways. Still in captivity, but minds ain't slave. Got a little wisdom while you peep these grades. Giving out the knowledge on the stoop these days. One time for the men doing kind things. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that it came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing kind things. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that it came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. Yeah, real man. Sheesh. Yeah. Doing kind things. Mono. Living super clean. That it came up. 1 time for my king doing king things. Mom these hoes cause he know he got a good thing. I submit and I cook and I clean and I never hold back on that pop. I'ma let it rain. Made me honest, I got a ring. All praises to the most high. A real man able, sister never came. And I ain't going nowhere, this is not a game. Look at you, girl, you're lonely right now. Settling for bums instead of minimums high. He provide and protect so he get our respect. And he leading us aboard when them chariots fly. I don't really think you hear me though. You can't cross this bridge on some billy goats. Let them save you in the end like a Seminole. Be his help me, shout to let the silly go. Shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord saints. It's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono. Hello. Hey, good evening to you all. If you are on my IG, please head over to the YouTube at Monologue Magad, MONOLOGMAGAD. That way you can see everything and hear everything and just enjoy the whole experience. First and foremost, we have to thank the Most High for life, for breath, for just being here, being able to be here. I don't take any of that for granted. And then I want to thank you for being here with me. You could have been green internet, but you're here with me. And I thank you for that. Okay, so today we got a few things going on. Our main topic, he's not safe with you. This started because I was watching a clip from, well, it wasn't a clip. I think it was like the whole Vice interview about masculinity. So we're going to talk about that a little later. Wickedness of the week. I'm going to save that. Y'all will hear about it. And what's going on in Babylon? There are a few things I want to talk about, okay? So, I mean, the first thing we have to address, hold on. The first thing we have to address is I must shout out my hubby. Where is he? There he is. I must shout out my hubby, Monologue Magad. Please follow him on your socials. Download the music on your favorite streaming platform, Spotify, Apple, Tidal, wherever else y'all going to get your music. Just hold on to album. The new album is coming. It's called, I can say it because I heard him say it at the Drip and Sip. I heard him say it. Shout out to everybody that was at the Drip and Sip in Texas this past weekend. The new album will be called Let the OG Talk. It's coming soon. Y'all post it, okay? So shout out to all right, so I mean, we cannot ignore the fact that World War III is ramping up, okay? I don't even know. I don't even want to act like this is still a pretend thing anymore. No, it's been made very clear that it's very real from both sides. Not only that, but the war in the new frontier of space continues. I don't know if you remember when Donald Trump was in office and they were starting all that SpaceX and Space Force talk. I wasn't supposed to tell nobody. I thought you said it on your interview. Okay, my bad. So forget what I said about the album, y'all. He got something coming out, but I can't tell y'all the name of it. I don't know. Okay. So, yeah, so Trump's in office and they started doing SpaceX and Space Force and all this stuff. And I don't know if y'all saw the Netflix. There was a Netflix show, I believe it was called Space Force. It has Steve Carell in it. Okay. And if you know anything about Steve Carell, you already know it was a hilarious show. But
like a lot of stuff that we think is just entertainment. Oh no, this thing is based in reality. Yes. So our military will now be fighting in the final frontier, which is space. And I don't want to get too much into the Bible prophecy angle of that, but if you know, then you know. It's nothing to be laughed at, it's nothing to be taken lightly. Question is, okay, well, what can I do about it? Repent. Repent the laws and commandments of the Most High. That's literally all you can do about it, and just pray that you be saved up out of here. Literally. What else can you do? Okay, something else I wanted to talk to y'all about today, and I had a clip that I wanted to show you, but I'm not on my laptop, and it was just too much to log in and passwords, and you know how that can get. So I'm gonna just talk to y'all, okay? I don't know how many of y'all watch Basketball Wives, okay? And but there's the new season just started, okay? And listen, what I really want to do with y'all, I really want to like do like a live reaction show where I'm like watching it with you, we're pausing, we're talking. I would love to do that. However, like the amount of things that I have on my plate right now, I can't I can't carve out that time at that kind of commitment. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't commit to be here every week just because I don't know what's going to be going on from day to day. But let's talk about it now, okay? So if you're watching Basketball Wives, one of the girls, Brooke, now she was like gaga for her husband. She loved him so much. He was just the most wonderful thing. And oh my gosh, he was so awesome. All right. Now, as this season starts, like I said, the season just started. I think it's only the second show. Um, and this season starts, we find her in a different place because apparently she's caught her husband in some infidelity and now she's headed for divorce. And I did post about it. I posted that I think that these women, um, when you get to that like reality TV celebrity type, I think that these women rush to divorce. Another example I'll pull out is Tia Mary. And no hate, because I love Sister Sister, okay? But she's, announced that she's getting divorced. She didn't give a solid reason. And I know what you may be saying, like, well, maybe that's her business. Yes, but cannot like tell people part of the story and then get upset when they draw their own conclusions. And I say that to say this, okay? She told us she's getting divorced. And it's like ever since then, she's just, to me, been showing a lot more skin on social media. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Now, the pro can you not understand a problem with that? Especially when someone tells you, "Oh, I got divorced so I could be happy. I got divorced to find myself, to find my happiness." These were Tia's words about why she had to divorce her husband, to find her happiness. But then you turn around and you start getting more naked on the internet. Is that what we're looking for? Because that's what you've been doing since. Okay, and let's go back to the girl Brooke from Basketball Wives. From what I can tell, he cheated, okay? From what I can tell, this is his first indiscrepancy. Excuse me, discrepancy. This is his first indiscretion. I'm sitting right here. Um, Cheating is not a deal breaker for me. And I'm gonna tell you why. Everybody has something. Your weakness may be alcohol. Some people's weaknesses is gambling. Some people can't put down the cigarettes. Some people play video games. Everybody has something, okay? Some people's issue is the opposite sex. And I I need for us as women, as Black women, I need for us to I need us to step up our maturity level when it comes to dealing with our families and our marriages and our husbands, okay? And before y'all start saying, "Oh, she trying to be a pick me and all this other stuff," no. And hear me. I'm saying speaking from where I am right now, okay? Now, I'm not saying that if Mr. Monologue was to have one of these indiscretions that we would just continue on living happily ever after. No, 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 no. I'm not guaranteeing that something won't be set on fire. I'm not guaranteeing that a bat will not be I'm not guaranteeing anything. But what I'm telling you is I'm not going to throw my family away for an indiscretion, okay? And I know a lot of people are just like, "Oh, what do you mean you don't accidentally have sex with someone else?" Well, someone can say that you don't accidentally overspend or you don't accidentally shop too much. You don't accidentally continuously have an attitude problem. You're not accidentally always having mood swings. We just have to. And I'm not saying that sex is not sacred. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm not saying if you were promised monogamy, by all means, you should expect monogamy. Okay? I'm not saying that, but just like anything else, if there's a mistake, an accident, someone falls short, does that mean now that we're just going to throw the whole thing away? If I'm working on a group project and one of my group members doesn't come through, okay, so just throw everything away? No, we need to come together and we need to figure out, can it be fixed? Because, and here's the other thing, her husband was apologetic. He kept apologizing, sending flowers, doing all the things that a man should do to at least try to console his wife, get her to the point where they can talk or anything like that. And I just feel like this reality TV, this culture, this world of instant gratification that we live in lends to men who can, I'm gonna say that, women who can, it gives them more of the ability to rush toward a divorce. Those are my thoughts. That's all I'm saying about that. I just think that's something that we should all keep in mind. Wickedness of the week, y'all. The brat is pregnant. The brat is pregnant. And now, I don't know i- if you grew up with me, it was never a secret that the brat was gay. I mean, I don't, you know what I mean? Y'all can feel free to chime in if you want, but I don't think anybody ever thought that she was not, if you understand what I'm saying. But it's just to me, you know, certain things are signals when I'm doing something. Like certain things are like red flags. And if it comes to the point where I have to, okay, let me say it like this. No, when you have a man and a woman and they get married, they don't just choose IVF. They don't just choose alternative methods of reproduction. They get together with the intention of having heterosexual relations and making a baby. The need for fertility doctors, fertility treatments comes in when there is a problem. The need for the doctor to help you reproduce means that there's a problem. And hear what I'm saying. I'm not trying to shame women with fertility issues. Let's stop making this the same thing. Okay. She did not try to get pregnant with a man and couldn't, and therefore her and her husband had to do IVF. That's not what this is. And I hate when we conflate these two issues trying to justify sin. The fact that there was a doctor needed to conceive this child means that there's a problem, a big problem. Angelina, shalom and shalom, sis. Thank you for joining me. And so to me, that is a red flag. And, Chris, shalom and shalom. Thank you for joining me. I come from a day and time where, and I'm gonna speak a little freely here, so if you have children, please. I come from a day and time where gay people was just gay. Like, I have a gay uncle. As a child, I did not fully understand, but I knew, okay, something different about that uncle. I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know the details, but I knew, all right, something was up. But now we are at a point, Jane Dollar Drip, thank you. So I'm sorry, babe. I see your comment. But now we are at a point where children are being forced to understand this unnatural way of being and are therefore being conditioned to accept that this is right. And I hate to even say this, but it's the people my age, the ones that are supposed to be the parents at this point, us 40 somethings, 35, 40 somethings. Okay, I'm 42, no shame in my game. I'm just saying. It's us and our peers that are perpetuating this nonsense. I have a family member who has chosen this lifestyle, and she was pregnant. But at the time that my family member was pregnant, and um I'm trying to be careful with my words, because while I don't agree with it, I still don't want to unnecessarily offend. If you're offended by the truth, then the truth just offends you. But, I'm not going to go out of my way to be a butthole about it, okay? So my cousin was masculine presenting, okay? She had her hair cut short, she dressed like a dude. And my girls were young at the time, and they were perplexed because to them, it looked like a man that was pregnant. And so my cousin kind of snapped at them and was like, I'm a girl. No, how you expect them to know that? These are little children. They have not been conditioned, and they have not been told that they can't believe what their naked eye tells them. So if they are looking at you with their naked eye and they see a man, but they have enough sense to know that men can't have babies, why are you mad at them for being confused? Why isn't the onus on you that maybe I'm doing something wrong here? Same thing with the brat being pregnant. We knew Big Booty Judy ain't get her pregnant. She don't have the sperm to get her pregnant. So how come the fact that now we have to go to doctors, pay all this money, why isn't that enough of a indicator that clearly something's not right here? And this is what scares me, okay? Because you have this child being brought into a situation where from the start they don't have a clear view of reality. This child, until its parents feel that it's old enough to understand, this child is going to be raised thinking that one of these women is its father. Because no matter what, you may say, oh, we're not going to call it that. We're not going to use mommy and daddy. Do you think that child and its natural innocence do you think that these natural correlations don't already occur? Science will tell you that the child bonds with its parents. It's, what is it called? Literally, It's like a bird. The first thing it sees, that's its parent, okay? So if I present two women to this child is going to grow up thinking that these are its parents. And then where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Because when someone comes to deliver the message that homosexuality is sin, where do you leave this child now? See, I don't, and I'm gonna be honest with you. What is the freaking point? What was the point of the brat getting pregnant? At 50 something, mind you. And again, if this was a naturally occurring pregnancy in a 50-year-old woman, it would be like, oh, praise the Lord, it's a miracle. But for you to have to artificially impregnate yourself, I think that should be enough to like take anyone aback. I don't know. You have a question. Okay, what's your question? Um, but please don't let it be nothing crazy. Um, so yeah, that the situation itself is problematic. The consequences itself are going to be um the consequences itself are just untold at this point. I've been listening to a lot of clips from this group called Gays Against Groomers. Like if you're on um okay, don't so and they talk about the dangers of this indoctrination on children. Um the coercing, it's basically brainwashing and indoctrination is what they're doing. They're trying to live vicariously through these children. And I'm going to bring up the Wades in this situation. What is the harm in letting a child wait until they're an adult to not only expose them to these things, but then allow them to indulge in it? And what I'm saying is because now they're talking about this in school. I remember when we did sex ed, it was just, this is a man, this is a woman, this is how you make a baby. But now they're teaching these kids about sodomy, about oral sex, about same sex. Like they're teaching them a lot more stuff than I was taught. But back then, like now, it should be the parents' responsibility, not the school. Like the school district should not be taking it upon themselves to teach them this, okay? And so this goes into this whole thing about grooming the next generation to accept what we know is wrong. Do y'all, if you know what I'm saying, if that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, let me tell y'all, it's crazy. Oh, I got a smartwatch, y'all. I'm so happy. I can count my calories and my heart rate and stuff when I'm working out. Okay, so we're gonna get into our main topic. He's not safe with you. Now, this comes because I was watching these interviews on Vice. And if you don't watch the channel Vice, they have some really good content, really good shows. Okay. So they had a panel with men. And I believe no, they were all men. And then there was one that was like female presenting, like had a dress and a necklace on and everything. I'm not, girl, look it up. She older than me and I'm 42. If she not 50, she kicking 50. If she's not 50, she is kicking it like really close. Okay. Kim, shalom and shalom. Thank you for joining me. But nah, listen, Leah, Google it. I could be wrong, but Google it and let me know. Okay, so I'm watching this. It's like a group interview or whatever, and they're talking about masculinity and toxic masculinity and what it means to them. And as I'm listening to these men speak, I did notice one thing. I mean, they had a few. She 48. Okay, thank you, Jay. Strip on my IG says she is 48, so too old to be getting artificially pregnant, if you ask me. Okay, so anyway, but these men, what I noticed is they all have different versions or definitions of masculinity. Now, let me say, I agree that there's just a base of masculinity. Like there's just a level that of what masculinity is. Let me say that masculinity is definitive. I believe it's easily definable. You know it when you see it. It's a concrete, structured concept. Okay. Now, deviations of this concept are totally to be expected, just like femininity is an identifiable, stable concept, and you know it when you see it, and but other versions of femininity are acceptable. And the problem is, the problem is, and I talk about this all the time, when you don't grow up seeing um masculinity in action, when you don't grow up seeing masculine leadership, masculine authority, when you don't grow up just seeing a man living among you. And I'm not talking about a brother. He's growing up with you. He's not in that typical authority role. I'm talking about a man, a father, a husband, your mother's husband, preferably. And I'm saying that because the relationship and the dynamic between that man and that woman be the model for what we look for when we grow up. Okay. This is what we're supposed to take with us when we're looking for a husband. We're supposed to have a checklist from our fathers to see, like, does he do this? Does he do that? Okay. We don't have that. We don't grow up with that. Okay. Unfortunately, for a lot of us, the only representation that we grow up with of masculinity is on television. Carl Winslow, freaking Philip Banks, okay, Steve Harvey, like these were the representations of Black masculinity. And the problem with that is, especially when you only grow up with female authority, the problem with these representations is they're not real life, um, realistic representations. And I talk about this all the time, but Carl Winslow was the most disrespected TV dad in history. His mama talked to him crazy. His daughter talked, like everybody talked to this man crazy. But now, if you try to take a man who is working every day, bringing home the money, as we were led to believe Carl was being a good husband. If you try to take this good husband and put him in a situation where he's constantly henpecked, constantly put down, the women in his providing for are telling him what to do. Okay, if you try to take this behavior to a man that's being a good man, he's not going to put up with that. He's not going to put up with that. And like we do, whether it's because but I'm going to say that that's no longer an excuse in this age of social media and Kevin Samuels and everybody else. Ignorance can no longer be an excuse for us driving away these good Black men and then want to turn around and talk about they dogs, they the one with the problem, it's them, it's them, it's them. No, ma'am, cousin, after a while you got to realize it's a little bit of us. Okay, I had the, if you want to call it, pleasure of coming across this video on TikTok, and this lady was loud and wrong. And I'm saying she's loud and wrong because she was responding to a comment. Merely, Black men don't want defiant women. They want feminine, cooperative Black women. That's all he said. And instead of this sister taking a step back and answering from a place of logic, because the insult was not, it wasn't a personal comment. He didn't say you're defiant, you're mean, you're controlling. That's why nobody wants you. He didn't say that. He said this is what a Black man does not want to deal with. But this woman, this sister, proceeds to go all the way off talking about how Black men are the most incarcerated, how Black men need therapy, how Black men don't have the right to ask a woman for anything. Okay. And so I stepped in the landmine and went to the comments. And of course, in the comments, that's right, girl. That he's so me, I said, I said something to the effect of what's wrong with what he said. And then of course here they come like, he can't come talking to me like that. But he wasn't talking to you. He didn't say you. And my thing is like, why isn't this man safe to say what he is looking for in a wife amongst a bunch of women who claim they're looking for a husband? See, this is what I don't understand. Now, there are certain stores that I just don't go to. Like shucks. What's one store I just don't go to? Okay. No, I go to Journeys. Okay, maybe like Spencer's. Like I'm not very likely to go into Spencer's. Why? It's just not my thing. Like they don't have the things that I would buy. Is Spencer's wrong for being open? Am I telling the people that shop at Spencer's like, no, something is wrong with you. Don't go to Spencer's. Spencer's is horrible. What kind of sense does that make? Spencer's is open, and whoever likes what Spencer's has to offer is welcome to shop here. Lorraine, Shalom, thank you for joining me. It's the same thing with this man's statement. All he said was, I'm a Black man looking to be a husband. What I'm not looking for is this. Now, ma'am, sis, cousin, if that's not what you're willing to do, then just keep moving. You don't protest Spencer's just because they're open and you don't like it. No, you keep going to Journeys or Macy's or wherever. But this is what I'm saying. We'll sit here and complain about Black men doing this, Black men doing that. They tell you what they want. It's just like a job, okay? When they list a list, we're looking for this, and this. If you don't have this, don't even apply. Listen, ma'am, sis, cousin, if you're not ready to stop being defensive, combative, quick at the tongue, if you're not ready to stop doing that, then stop saying you want a husband. You don't. You may want, but you're not looking for a husband. And goofy about it because these same Black women will say, oh, I need a man that's going to let me be vulnerable. And here's the problem with not growing up with a man in the house. You don't understand that men deserve the right to be vulnerable as well. We've been so inundated with toxic masculinity, that we have not taken the time to learn how to nourish healthy masculinity, to learn how to create an environment where our husbands can be emotionally healthy and maintain their masculinity at the same time. Okay? He doesn't have to. Lonnie Clark, shalom and shalom. Thank you for joining me. He should not have to kowtow to your ways every time you guys have a disagreement. And I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna like what I'm about to say, but the Bible has a prescription for this situation, period. Okay, now don't get me wrong. In my household, this is how my household is ran. In my household, we come together to make decisions, but my husband has the final say. Now, listen, if after I presented my case, he doesn't agree with me, it is not my job to keep arguing with him. I'm now going to take my complaint to management. When you go to the restaurant and the waiter don't bring your food right, you're not going to yell at the waiter. It's probably not even their fault. What you're going to do, you're going to ask for a manager. And not only is the manager going to fix your food, they're probably going to give it to you for free. Okay. You're going to get more than you bargained for when you go to the manager. This is what I'm telling you. All right. Because listen to me. You can't convict like the Most High can. Oh, thank you, boo. You can't convict like the Most High can. There's nothing that you can do to convict like the Most High can. Okay, so all you wind up doing is nagging him, pushing him away, having him put his guard up. Okay, because I don't think y'all understand, like, I'm not claiming to be some kind of like man whisperer or anything like that. I struggled to understand my husband as a complete person because, again, I had not seen a man operate as a complete person. Yes, I've been in relationships, but I've never been married to a man who is 100% dedicated, committed, coming home every night, living his life with his family. He didn't have a life at home and then a separate life out on the streets. No, we had one life together where we're trying to come together. And here's what we have to understand. There's room for femininity to thrive and masculinity. And in fact, masculinity makes it safe for femininity to thrive. Let me read some comments. Take it to the Most High. He will take care of you. Yes. Amen and hallelujah. Okay, and ladies have to understand just because it didn't go their way doesn't mean that he's wrong. Some of them prayers falling on deaf ears. And that's what I was saying earlier. Okay? And so let's cut to that. Because the thing is, like, a lot of us will not take accountability and responsibility. And unless you take responsibility, there's no hope for you in the future. Unless you take accountability and you're willing to say, maybe it's something with me, no man is ever going to be good enough for you. No man is ever going to be right enough for you because you refuse to do the work from within. It took me a lot. I was like, I'm not letting my husband be himself. And one situation, I don't remember what had happened, but he was telling me how he was feeling about it. And I was not being facetious. I really wanted to know. I was like, listen, you always say that you're not emotional, but right now you are definitely expressing a heightened state of emotion. I'm not saying I use these wonderful words with him, but I'm using these words with you now to try to get you to understand my thought process and hopefully help you come to this same conclusion without going through the trouble. So I'm telling him, like, okay, you say you're not emotional, but you're using all these feelings and these emotional words. And he said to me, just because I'm not led by my emotions doesn't mean that I don't have them. And I was like, oh, shoot, this makes all the sense to me. And I know, for some of y'all women, y'all might have already been there. Great. I wasn't there yet. I did not understand having emotions, but not in a man's mind. I don't know if I'm saying that clearly, but to me, it was like, okay, if you're a man and you're not emotional, then you shouldn't have any feelings about anything. Like, you shouldn't have any feelings about how we decorate the house, about how the family is run, because in my experience, the woman took care of everything. The woman decorates the house. The woman decides the meals. The woman, makes the decisions for the children. Again, because there wasn't a man there. So I didn't get to see a man having input. I didn't get to see, no, men really care about these things. Like, men care about the aesthetics of their home just like their women do. And see, this is the problem. The model that we're always shown is, okay, throw the man in a man cave, and lady, the rest of the house is yours to do what you want. But when you sit down and think about that, how is that right? How is that fair? Especially to the person that's paying for everything in my situation. And for y'all that are not, that still does not mean that you get to dismiss his role as the man of the house. I know a lot of people don't like to have that talk, but that's real. Lonnie Clark, we not complicated. My husband says all the time. If you getting up and you providing 50-50 or 70-30, 60-40, however y'all splitting the stuff up, that is still 100% your husband. And so the rules apply. And so they say, though, vet the man before you marry him. Get to know him before you marry him. Because, see, got to know one another before you start. Get to know him before you marry him, because he is the head of all things. And guess what? Once you marry him, you are now responsible for that. No matter how, here's the thing, right? No matter how much you might feel like that's not fair, and I'm not talking about nothing extreme. I'm not talking about no abuse. I'm not talking about you getting beat down. I'm not talking about anything like that, okay? But the stuff that y'all be ready to leave these men for be BS. And I'm going to just say it. It be a bunch of bullcrap. I need to find myself. What the hell? You're right there. Like, listen, I understand mental health. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to cheapen it at all. But what I'm saying to you is the answer to your mental health is not to deny the before the Most High. That's not the answer. Okay? Know his weak points and something. Okay, so and then here's the thing. You have to, if you're not letting someone be themselves around you, you're never going to know them. And so here's the problem with these little boyfriend, girlfriend, fake relationships. As much as we as women may say that, oh, relationship with everything, you done met this dude, y'all done went out a few times, the sex is bomb, he spend the night all the time anyway, oh, why don't you move in with me? I keep telling y'all that a nigga will move in with you, he will sleep with you, he will meet your parents, hell, he will propose to you. He will do everything, but it's not real until he marries you and signs that certificate. Okay? And so what I'm saying to you is, you think you're getting this whole man. How much time is he really spending with you? And how much time is he spending out in the street? Because I guarantee you, if he's not spending the majority of his time with you, he's somewhere else being himself. And I'm not talking about men that don't want to be in relationships. Let's not get these two things confused, okay? Sometimes he's just not that into you, and you have to realize that. Like, okay, listen, you don't have to force a man to call you. You don't have to force a man to take you. You don't got to do none of that, ma'am, sis, cousin. Once my husband decided he was serious about me, I never had to ask him where he was. I never had to wonder about anything at all. And listen, my man loved me. I never had to worry about eating. I never had to worry about anything once he decided that he wanted me to be his wife. And so what I'm telling you is, once a man decides that he gonna take you seriously, you ain't got to worry about nothing. You ain't got to worry about, and I'm not saying not to return the affections, okay? I think that's where a lot of us women get mixed up. Like, yes, the man is supposed to pursue, but he not gonna keep chasing you if you not throwing nothing back. Like, that would be stupid. Okay. So I'm not saying not to return the affection, but it is not your job to initiate, is what I'm saying. If thou wouldst get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. Hello, hello. That verse right there. Okay. You can't, you social media. And I really just feel like social media has us living in our own reality. Um, it, some of y'all in y'all heads, to the point where when you're interacting in real reality, you're not all the way here. You're still operating in social media reality. You're not you're not going to have to wonder if he wants you. Okay, in the first year they know. And I've said this before. It don't take all that time. Listen, if within a year you ain't figured it out, okay, then maybe I'm not for you. But women, this is what I be saying. Date. Y'all don't date. Y'all meet a man and y'all wanna commit to him after the second date. Oh, I like him. He treat me good. This my boyfriend. I don't want to talk to nobody else. No, and that's where you mess up. That's where you wrong. And then again, you're angry at the man, but he never told you he wanted to be committed to you. I don't care how many times y'all slept together. I don't care how many times you gave him head running down the highway. I don't care what you have done. If that man did not come to you and say to you, I want to be with you and only you, then you are faulty for expecting anything else. And somebody need to start telling y'all that. When the people that's giving out the free samples at the store see people coming, they prepare what they want them to have. Okay, I see 15 people. I'm going to make 15 samples. Even though the samples are free, you're not allowed to just reach back in the counter and take the whole product and walk out the store. No, if you want the whole product, you got to buy it. But y'all don't make them buy it. Y'all give them everything up front. Dating should interview every time. When you know you could never be married to the person, then stop seeing them. Point blank. Full stop. Full stop, because this is how you end up with baby daddies. Oh, it, and sometimes, you know what? It's not even a baby, but y'all will be connected and tied up with these dudes to the point where it ruins any future opportunities that you could have. Oh, see? A dude can know he will never marry you, but will stay seeing you for the extras. And back to the free sample analogy. They don't just let you reach back there and take what you want, but y'all will. You'll give up everything. You'll give up your mind, your body, your money. You'll give him kids. You'll give him everything, but will not make him marry you. But that's what I was trying to say. Before you decided to take the step, get to know one another's moods, ways, and etc. Exactly. We like the hunt. I mean, and here's the thing, like, men will tell you what they want, but we're so caught up in this angry, combative, feminist society that we're going to tell the men what they are going to accept. It's like, yeah, I know you want fit, feminine, friendly, and cooperative, but no, nigga, you're gonna get nasty, divisive, confrontational, and everything else. And then you expect them to deal with that? That is crazy. If you learn biblical Hebrew and culture, both of you have to be prepared to be husband and wife, chastened and ready for your position. And here we are in 2023, after generations of broken homes and broken families, and we don't understand any of that. a lot of people get married because they feel like this is what I have to do not to go to hell. And so to them, it's like, okay, I'm just doing this thing and that's it. Not understanding that it's supposed to be a metamorphosis. There's supposed to be a because we're too strong. Too strong for what, sis? I need you to elaborate on that, please. Um, there's supposed to be a metamorphosis. You and your husband are supposed to become one, not just in bed. Like, I don't think you understand how much of a mental, emotional, physiological, spiritual, like literally every aspect of your life has to come together. You got to figure it out. Just like you sit down and figure out your finances, you got to sit down and figure out everything else. Figure out your emotions. Listen, my husband knows my cycle, and I don't just mean when I'm physically showing, okay? I mean, and how I'm gonna be feeling that week. He knows me. And here's another thing, okay? I don't think we realize the value of with people. Because as long as we're talking, you can tell me anything you want. All right. Like if I ask, okay, do you like Starbucks? And you be like, oh yes, I love Starbucks. But when I take you to Starbucks, you don't like it. I would have never known that if I would not have taken the time to take you there and see. And so a lot of us, when we go on these dates, we ask questions and we just take the answer, the verbal answer as the final truth without giving them a chance to prove themselves. This man can sit up here at dinner and tell you, yes, I buy flowers every week. I'm a provider. I do this, I do that. My woman never has to worry about anything. I don't make her pay for dates or none of that. And guess what? If you only date him like 2 or 3 times, he may very well be able to maintain all of that. But if you stay with him for a little while longer, give him a good 6 and see, is he really carrying out on that? Is he the man who he says he is, or is he just all talk and no action? A lot of okay, let me get to this mentally, physically, self-wise. So you're saying that black women are too strong to listen to when black men say what, because that's what I was saying. I don't know. Um I'm sorry, where was I? Getting married, becoming one. I forgot where I was. Okay, yes, getting married, becoming one. Oh, the time. Okay. So you have to give a person time to prove what they're saying to you. You know, it's like a lot of us sisters will say, "Oh yes, I'm so clean. My house is always clean. You can lick the floors in my house. My house is so clean." But so if you spend enough time around sis, you're gonna find out about her real cleaning habits. Ladies, same thing. If you spend enough time with this man, you're gonna see his cleanliness. You're gonna see how he really provides. You're gonna see how he cares for you. Okay? But I'm not saying that, but that's how I feel about myself. I I don't think that that's a good that's not a good attitude to have, sis. Like that's I don't know if you're looking to get married, but that attitude that I'm too strong to bend to what a man wants, that is very problematic and probably gonna like you're probably gonna end up single because no man wants to deal with that. And let's be honest, like black men got options out here. Okay, y'all act like the whole world doesn't want black men. Let's be clear, okay? Women of every other ethnicity have shown us repeatedly that they don't mind snatching up our men. Okay. And then now you just got all these other factors that make the pickings for good, solid Black men very slim. And so for you to go out with that attitude, why would I, if I have a choice, okay, I like crossword puzzles, okay? If I have a choice between the easier crossword puzzle or the harder crossword puzzle, I'm just gonna pick the easier one. Cause I don't want to have to go through all that. Like, that's what I'm here for. I'm not here for a hard time. I'm here to find a mate. I'm here to date. I'm here to be friends. Like, I'm here to do those things. I'm not here to fight you. And that's like, oh man. Okay, hold on. Let me read these comments. And then I'm gonna finish what I was saying, if I remember. In order not to go to hell. Yes, that's why these people, some of them is getting married. Love that analogy. Actions roll over talk every time. Every time. I don't care what you say. I want to know what you do. Listen, I can't wait to be if you knew how freeing it was. Okay, let me tell you. There and done that. I'm not looking. I'm trying to find and love myself. Okay. So if you're trying to find and love yourself, why does that connect to you feeling like you're too strong to give the right man what he wants? I understand you've been there and done that. Let me share something with you, sis. I'm on my third marriage. Okay. I don't really count the first two because I was young and dumb. Okay. But I'm sharing that to let you know that there's hope even after your mistakes. Okay. There's still a promise for you even after your mistakes. So don't let the past keep you don't let the past turn you into a pillar of salt. And I'm saying that because you're putting up this wall like, "Oh, I'm too strong. I'm too good. I don't need to do that. I'm gonna love myself." But it's not I feel like it's not really coming from a place of wanting to love yourself. I feel like it's coming from a place of hurt and anger, and that's not a good place to start self-love. Um, so you gotta let that go. Running away from toxic women, as you should. As you should. See how they respond, react in many situations. My mom's husband, and I call him my mom's husband. He's my dad to me, but I call him my mom's husband because I do have conversations with my other dad. So just so y'all know. My mom's husband told me you should see a person in 4 seasons. Happy, angry, sad, and hungry, I think was the other one. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired, something like that. I forgot the 4, but basically what he was saying was you should see them in all these different emotions and how they respond to you. And so here's another aspect of being a safe space for a man. Ma'am, sis, cousin. Okay, hold on. Women, loving yourself doesn't mean becoming strong and being like a man, just like a man loving himself doesn't mean him becoming feminine. Exactly, yes. So here's another thing that we have to realize in order to be safe spaces for our men. You have to understand that men are entitled to their emotion. Jane Dollars, thank you, babe. I see you. Men are entitled to their feelings. Okay. They're entitled to be hurt. They're entitled to be angry. They're entitled to be disappointed. Ma'am, sis, cousin, as much as we as women are put on pedestals in this society and led to believe that, oh, we can do no wrong, and any man that wants to be in our presence should just immediately kowtow to our will, that's bullcrap and it's not true. Okay. Hold on. Y'all just flying off without me. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I'm 55 years old. I just want to be free and blessing and loving myself, shining bright as a diamond, loving life and living free. I just don't, when you say free, that's very troubling to me. Um, because when a person says they want to be free, what are you trying to be free from? What are you trying to be free from? That's the question. Living free. What do you mean by free? That's what we need to know. And Kim, we're not saying become a doormat. We're saying to submit in a marriage to allow him to lead. We submit to our parents, teachers, police officers, judges, even the president. Yes, that is true. Oh, my husband's so wise. And sometimes our friends and family, but won't submit to the right man. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. The right man. Nazar, shalom and shalom. Thank you for joining me. And so back to what I'm saying about men being allowed to be themselves, you have to understand that sometimes this man is gonna be angry. Okay. And sometimes he's gonna be angry at you. Hard as it is to believe, I know. And sometimes he may not be angry with you. Sometimes it may be external factors, things beyond your control, whatever. Just like you have your wave of emotions, men have emotions as well. And what you have to do is recognize that emotion and take your cue. And I know a lot of y'all are not going to like this, but I'm going to say it. Hear what I'm saying, okay? I in no way do I condone domestic violence at all. I do not believe under any circumstances that a man should ever. Okay, hold on. So I think I'm on the wrong channel. You don't know what free for. No, ma'am, that's not true. I I know what it meant to me, but I need to know what being free mean. What are you getting free from? When I said I wanted to be free, I wanted to be free of hurt, anger, disappointment. I wanted to be free of the burden of not having a husband, of being a single parent. Like I wanted to be free of that. So that's what I'm asking you. What is it that you want to be free from? That's all I was saying. Happy, angry, sad, and broke. That okay, yes. See a man when he broke, honey. When he broke. Okay, so what I'm saying, allow this man the space to have his emotions without you being all like, because you know how you get when you get angry, you know how you get when you are in a mood swing, and you know how you get when you get pissed off. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of y'all women, if y'all was stronger, y'all would probably be beating on your husbands. Y'all would probably be beating on your husbands. Okay, but you can't beat them up, right? Um, but so what you can't do either though is infuriate that anger or stay around that anger and then get upset when the anger overflows on you. Okay? Um Again, it is never right for a man to hit a woman. That is not what I'm saying. But it is stupid as hell for a woman to stay around a man that is angry. That is just dumb. That's dumb. You see, this man is angry. He's, I don't know if he's yelling at you, if he's whatever he's doing. You see, this man is angry. And I don't understand. Will be taught to diffuse any other situation? If you're at the store and you and the cashier are having an argument with it, step back, diffuse the situation. Step back, diffuse the situation. Walk away. So you'll take that advice for but your husband? Why? You want him to act in the manner of some kind of superhero. And I know what y'all are gonna say. He's emotions. Ma'am, you should be able to control yours. You should be able to control yours. Okay. You should have enough damn sense to understand. You should have enough sense to understand one, that you don't fully understand what he's angry about. Okay. Um, you listen, I've had financial responsibility, right? I was a single parent. But I don't understand my husband's sense of financial responsibility. Because if something happened, if something had happened when I was a single mom, like we got evicted, my car got repoed, anything like that, people would have pity on me. oh, she's a single mom. She out here trying to make it by herself. Let's get her some help. Da 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 da. But if anything, girlfriends like that, and I'm married, they're not looking at me. They're looking at my husband like, you freaking failure. What is wrong with you? How did you fumble the bag? They still gonna feel sorry for me, but they still gonna be judging my husband. I don't know that pressure because it's not come upon me. So when my husband is expressing anger, who am I to argue with him? Who am I to sit there and tell him why he's wrong for feeling the way he's feeling when I shoulder none of the responsibility? I shoulder none of the burden. And see, y'all, for some reason, don't like to see how everything is connected, okay? But it's the same thing, women, and they're trying to say they can relate to being a Black woman. No, the hell you can't. You don't shoulder the burden. You don't shoulder the responsibility. You don't worry about the police shooting you. You don't worry about someone denying you service based on the color of your skin. You don't worry about that, white woman. So, Black woman, you world judging you based on your finances. You don't worry about leaving generational wealth. Don't worry about providing and protecting because no one is looking to you to do that. Most importantly, the Most High is not looking to you to do that. So you will never know that conviction. You will never know those judgments. You will never know those feelings. Leave that man alone. Leave him alone. Give him some freaking space to freaking deal with it. And when he's calmed down, he will come and talk to you. Okay, Leah. Okay, Leah, get your counseling on, girl. Don't bring another man into that season if that's what, that part. That part. Do not bring another man in until you get everything right. And no, see, here's the thing. That whole I need a man to handle me and I need a soldier and all this other stuff. I need a roughneck. That's toxic masculinity. I understand a strong. Okay, let me put it like this. We say we want a strong man, but we are not taught what areas this man should have strength in. Okay. You want a man who you feel like can put you in check and handle your attitude. Is this nigga gonna get up every day and go to work? That requires strength. Have you checked into that? Is he strong enough to deny himself that pair of J's to make sure the light bill and the water bill is paid? Is he strong enough to deny himself that new car to make sure that y'all can? Is he strong enough to tell his homies, nah, I'm going home to chill with my wife? Is he strong enough? I love my wife. That's the strength we need to be looking for. Women need to learn the art of to help him feel better instead of poking the bear. Listen. I no, it's true. It is so true though what he's saying. Y'all would be You've been so used to throwing your body at men who don't care. Your body only means something to the man that cares about you, to the man that loves you, okay? My love should mean something to my husband because he loves me. He wants to be with me. This is something that we share together. I can go out here and lay up with Joe Blow and he gonna throw me to the side because he don't care about me. And so after any men who don't love you, you are denied from seeing the power that you have between your legs, if you understand what I'm saying. Okay. And so, just like anything else, when you keep abusing it, you never get to know its true power. LOL, y'all trying to get where I am to see the talk that you're saying about me. Don't disrespect yourself. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't understand what you're saying. But I don't want you to feel disrespected in any way. I'm sure it's no one's intention here to disrespect you at all. So that's why I was just asking questions. So, but please, nobody's here to disrespect you like that at all. I just want to go on the record. It was not in response to my. Okay. Listen, that's why we here for some real talk. Let's get back to this power of the P thing, right? Because for a long time that was a thing. Everybody's talking about the power of the P, the power of the P. Women hold all the power. Okay. I have this gorgeous fuchsia cashmere sweater. I love this sweater, right? When I only wear this sweater to certain places. And when I wear this sweater to these places, people always talk about a restaurant, the store, places where adults gather. I wear this sweater and I always get praise. But when I wear this sweater to the park, to Walmart, appreciates it. Nobody says anything about it. And I'm saying this to say your power only comes through in the right situations. You giving your coochie to him, and him, it doesn't, they're not the right situation. It's not theirs. When you are with the man that you're supposed to be with and you're using this thing the right way, because I'm not even saying for you to use it to manipulate your husbands. That's not what I'm saying at all. But when you're using it in the right way, then you start to see how this thing can be a peacemaker. Okay. You can see how this thing can actually be a peacemaker to you. How it can actually hold on. They say that because that's the type of woman they are. They're the soldiers and the roughnecks. Don't know real men want that type of woman. They feel like they're sleeping with another man. No. um. Oh my gosh, what was I saying? I forgot. Oh, okay. So yeah, so when you're throwing your stuff around to people who don't appreciate it, and you can't get mad. Like, okay, like my sweater, right? Somebody else may not love that sweater. Somebody else might take that sweater and use it as a cleaning rag. They don't appreciate it. The color doesn't do anything for them. The cashmere doesn't do anything for them. It doesn't do anything for them. So they just toss it to the side like a rag. That's how your coochie is that God never led you to. It has to only hold on. Let me get to the comments and then we gonna go through that. It calms the storms. It does, girl. It does. Okay. Um, I would think that after so many years and so much time of us trying to manipulate men into marrying us, and yes, I'm gonna say manipulate because for the longest time we were taught that if you do this, this, and this, he'll marry you, and if you do this, this, and this, you'll have him in check, girl, and you could tell him what to do and all this other stuff, and and I would think that we would learn that after doing this for all this time, something. It has to be something untangible, untouchable to make that man hold your women. Find your own soulmate. Exactly. It has to be something. You feeling a little stormy right now? I'm sorry, y'all. Please excuse my husband. Y'all gotta stop laughing at him because he's just gonna keep getting worse. There has to be something untangible that every other woman can't get her hands on about you. And while I think I'm pretty freaking great, I am not under the illusion that there's anything that I could do in my power to make my husband love me, stay with me, stay committed to this family. It's like I told him the other day, I have faith in your relationship with the Most High. And our relationship encompasses our family. I'm not secure in him always being in love with me because sometimes I don't like myself. Yeah, I hope I said that right. Shalom, shalom. I don't like me some days. I don't like me. So I'm not under the impression that there's anything so magical about me, so special about me, so wonderful about my personality or my sex acts that's just gonna make him stay committed and make him ignore every other woman that ever walks by, make him ignore his wants and his feelings to put his family first. All the things that a good husband does. You cannot convince me otherwise that the inspiration for these things, the commitment to these things, the consistency to these things happen by any other way than that man having a heart to please the Most High. Period. If his heart is not to please the Most High, then what are you believing in, sis? What is your foundation? What are you holding on to? Why do you think you're so special without the influence of the Most High? Divine order in marriage makes it work. Now, don't get me wrong. I know society has told us that, oh, there are many people out in the world, but you are an individual. You are special. Listen, yes, you are special to your mama now. Yes, you are an individual to your family. We have to get in the grips with reality. And the fact of the matter is, just like if you go to the store and look for anything, you might like it, but it doesn't mean anything until you purchase to commit to it, to take it home, to take care of it. And yes, I blame a lot of this on Christianity. Speaking of which, you brought me to another point. My biological father sat down and told me what his perception of what happened with me and him and my mom. And the main thing he said was when they first started dating, she would go fishing with him, they would hang out together, they were friends. They would listen to music, they would go to concerts, they would drink, they would kick it, they were friends. But as she started getting into the church and deciding that that was the life she wanted to live, now all of the things that she was enjoying doing with her husband was a sin. Fishing with her husband, drinking with her husband, going out, hanging out with her husband. Now all of these things are a sin as she gets into churchianity. Exactly. Okay. And I'm bringing this up because, okay, no, I got another story because, okay, y'all might be feeling like, oh, that just happened because of the church. No. If y'all watch Real Housewives of Potomac, I'm going to tell you a story about a girl named Ashley. Okay. She went and married this older, more wealthy and affluent man. Okay. Um, Now when Ashley met Michael, her mama was living on a bridge under the highway and her dad since she been born. Okay. So now, yes, Michael is no, they're both Edomites. Ashley's father is an Edomite and Michael is an Edomite. Now, Ashley's mother is black, from what we can tell. But when she was dating Michael, they were doing threesomes. He was able to have sex with other people. She was having sex with other people. It was just an open free for all. Well, she decided to pop out these two babies, and now she wants to be an honest, respectable woman. And guess what he said? No, you're not going to change what we had going on. Okay. And so I bought those two up to show you Once what you do to get a man is what you gotta do to keep a man. And a lot of times we're told that in a backwards kind of way, like when we hear about something shady going on, oh, how you get them is how you keep them. But y'all don't realize that that's freaking doing threesomes and performing backflips and you letting him sleep with whatever he put his eyes on. You can't take that away in the middle of the game. I'm sorry, you can't. That's changing the rules in the middle of the game. That's deciding that a home run is a foul in the middle of the game. And that's wrong. Crazy how when we single, know exactly what to do with the poom poom to get exactly what we want, we forget and keep it away from him to punish. And see, I've never believed in that. Like, because then I'd be punishing myself. And why would I do that? Sometimes it's the very thing needed to steer the ship better, maintenance, and do it. Facts, for real. It does. It could be listen. It could be a good refresher. My husband tell me he got the poison in him, so we gotta keep that poison out. Gotta keep that poison out. She play herself. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about, right? So, and here's the thing: the prenup failed. Like everything failed. This girl is looking a hot mess. But the fact of the matter is, what you can't do is allow for a man to be himself while y'all dating. And then once you get married or once you have kids, decide that, oh no, now I want to change. So I want you to be something else too. And this is what I'm saying. Vet these men that y'all getting with, but make sure you know who you are, what you want, and what you expect out of a marriage. You have to, and you have to spend time in prayer with this. I say this because we don't know the future. We have no way of knowing the future. We have a gift of knowledge, so we may be able to see certain things and know certain things. But for the most part, okay, like with me now, yes, and I tell you, I prayed for years for my marriage. But even in that, I could not have foresaw the little intricate details of a marriage. Like, honey, and she like the ugliest one on the show. So that ain't got nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with it. I could not have foresaw the intricate details of a marriage. Um, the the things that me and my husband have overcome. You know, it's not like I was looking to the future expecting problems. But problems, okay, issues are gonna come up. You're gonna go through tests and trials. It's not easy taking two individuals and trying to be one person, okay? I could not have foresaw the problems that were coming with that. But that's why I had to pray to God for my husband and not go out here and try to choose him myself, knowing that he was going to give me someone who was mentally and emotionally compatible with me. I think that's something that we don't think about. That mental and emotional compatibility is very different. She was growing apart from him. I don't think that she was growing apart from him. I think she wanted the white picket fence and the husband and the two kids from the beginning. And like a lot of women, she compromised thinking, oh, if I do this for him now, he'll change for me later. And a lot of women make this mistake and find themselves, excuse my French, but ass out. You can't do that. Like, how would you feel if he did that to you? Okay. My husband gives me an allowance. He gives me my spending money. If he all of a sudden stopped doing that, I'm gonna be like, hold on, what's the problem now? What happened? I'm gonna be asking some questions. You know what I'm saying? You can't just change rules in the middle of the game like that. You got that man all around and she ugly and a stick is bound to happen. Sir. I just saw this. He is not safe with you. I just said if a man says something to you and you throw it in his face, he no longer feels safe with you. Emotional intelligence is everything. Yes, that is true. That is so true. You say you want the man to open up to you, and then when he does, you call him a you call him a you know what I'm saying? Like that. That goes back to what I was saying earlier, allowing their masculinity to be their masculinity. Listen, some men never cry. Some men only cry on certain, you know, occasions. The only time I can honestly say I ever seen my husband shed a tear was about the kids. It was about the kids. Other, oh, and of course, like a funeral or whatever. But other than that, like my husband, I can honestly say like he just does not cry. That if a man gets frustrated, he needs to go and have a good cry. That he's less of a man. I'm not here to say that. I would never say that. But what I am going to say is if that's how your man operates, then you need to know that and you need to give him the space to do that. Okay? Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. Y'all going on the comments. Hold on. I appreciate you. Please keep them coming. I love y'all. Thank you so much. King Connect. Okay. You can't. Yes, you cannot. Like literally, nowhere is that allowed. So I don't know why people try to do it to their spouses. Salt of the earth. Oh, I'm sorry. I pushed the wrong button. Shalom and shalom. Thank you for joining me. Jeremiah says some men can't cry until he feels emotionally safe to do so. We have been taught not to cry. Here's another brother. Yeah, that's me. I don't cry. Okay. And here's the thing, like when you refuse to let him be himself in front of you, it's never going to be about you. When a person cannot express their weakness to you for fear of, you know, you using it as a weapon in an argument, it is a very sad place for that person to be in. And it's position because now they have to reevaluate the whole relationship. And I know I'm just speaking as a woman, but I would assume that it would cause a man to reevaluate the relationship as well. Y'all remember Boys in the Hood when I forgot what Cuba Gooden's character name was, but he came in there and cried with Nia Long. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that dramatic, but we haven't taught to suck it up and move on if we show emotions. Right. And so that's not they will shut you down. Exactly. They will. And here's the thing. By not allowing men to be safe with us, we further perpetuate the toxic masculinity. Look, and here the brothers saying it. We're afraid she'll use it against us. We shut down. They're telling you. Just like you want to be free to be in your femininity, we have to allow the same vulnerable in masculinity. And I know this is a weird concept. I get it because, again, we didn't grow up seeing husbands. That's important because now you're getting into the emotional aspect of a man. In no other adult to adult interaction is a from my limited knowledge, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but in no other adult interaction is a man going to be vulnerable like that. Is he going to put his emotions out there? He's not going to do that with anyone but his wife. Okay? So if we daughters are growing up without seeing that, we don't know to expect that. All we ever see is our point of view being the most important. All we ever see is the female authority. All we ever see is the female emotion. That is dangerous as well because I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm an emotional person, okay? I am. I know I get on my husband. He'll say something to me and I'll be like, why are you talking to me like that? You know, I get like that sometimes. If my husband was like that, I could not deal with that, okay? I couldn't deal with that. But just like I need understand that about me, okay? I need him to understand when my emotional expressions are me just talking junk. Him understanding that allows me to be myself without fear of retaliation, arguments, anger, and all this other stuff. Um, just like I need that, he needs to be able to express himself as well. And no, it may not be a full-on cry, but he needs to be free to talk and for me to listen and understand, because I know a lot of times we just let men talk ears off. And we'll sit there and nod and smile, be like, I don't care what this nigga talking about. I'm still gonna do what I want to do. And that is the wrong attitude to have. That is horribly wrong. It is destructive. And it's not. Let me get to some of these comments. You said a lot in that. It does cause us to reevaluate the whole relationship. And if we don't say it, we don't forget it. That's the thing. And it will show in other cold-hearted parts. It will look like we don't care. And all you're doing is giving the same energy. See, that's the thing. We don't like it when y'all get to matching energies because y'all's is always stronger than ours. A man's nonchalant IDGAF, ma'am, sis cousin is always going to be stronger than yours. I'm not a fan of men doing emotional stuff in front of their women, except in extreme situations. Go and do it alone. Take a shot at a hint, and then go back strong as hell. Okay. And so when he need a moment alone, you need to give him that moment alone. You don't need to be constantly chasing him. You know, what did I do? Why you don't love me? Da, 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 da. Just going on. That man has other factors going on as well. Everything is not always about you. And the thing that y'all don't realize is if you give him a moment to go off to himself, more than likely, I will say, at least from my husband, once he gets his thoughts together, he'll come and talk to me and we'll talk about it. And sometimes it's not even me. It could be ministry, it could be music, it could be a litany of other things. But we cause that problem when we don't allow them that space and we keep pushing ourselves on them, pushing our will on them, um, trying to make them talk when we want them to talk, trying to make them move when we want them to move. And now, yes, now of the anger and the frustration, and now it's about you. And instead of you sitting back and saying like, oh well, dang, he did try to walk away from me, he did ask me for a minute, instead of you allowing him that and recognizing your mistake with that, and all of a sudden he wrong and he can't control his emotions when he tried to walk away from you. Let's go to these comments. Hold on, y'all. I need my mouse. I need to get my mouse back. Majority of thugs cry behind bar. Listen, took me to jail. I cried. Okay. I cried. I don't mean a man can't have weak moments, but men can't be crying because they ain't got the light bill money, et cetera, et cetera. Facts. I agree. Facts. The lies that men don't have emotions, we don't show it in a way that you think is there. Women show in outward expressions and men show more inward. It may be shutting down. If a man shuts down and changes behavior, hold on. I can't read the rest. Okay, then most likely his woman has said something to shut him down. Most men are reactive, but he will show his indifference to you one way or another. So, and so here's the thing. We lead ourselves on this wild goose chase, right? Because we won't stop and listen to what the man is trying to tell us. We won't receive the information that he's trying to give us. We refuse to adapt our attitudes, our personalities to be conducive to his well-being, his maturity. And when I say well, listen, a man need peace. They cannot function in a bunch of arguing and yelling and hollering and discontentment. A man needs peace. How do you support his well-being? His home peaceful by having his home clean. Ma'am, sis, cousin, you talking about you a wife. If you're single, look around. Would you want a man coming into your room right now? Would you want would a to walk in your house? And listen, I'm not saying that your house gotta be freaking spick and span sparkling all the time. No. But you should be well getting yourself into the practice of having your home presentable. Like, you can't sit here and say, "Oh, I'm a wife, I'm a wife." You can't cook. There's no excuse, honey. You know, I learned by watching my mom cooking stuff, but I elevated my game by watching the Food Network. It's so there's help out there. I think we just need to know what help to look for. And again, I get that. We're coming from generations of broken homes and broken families. So, and I have come to understand that, like, a lot of the stuff that some of us may take for granted because we had more stable homes, it's not necessarily common sense to other people. Okay? Like, cleanliness and hygiene is not necessarily common sense. Comfort in your home is not necessarily common sense. We need peace, food, sex, and money. Okay. Well, you're gonna have to get the money on your own. But the peace, the food, and the sex, like, your woman, as a woman, ma'am, sis, cousin, you should have this in abundance. You should have that in abundance. Peace, food, and sex should be abundant with you. But you don't do wifely duties. And so you are not a wife. There's definitely no you better get on. You gotta get on something. You, see, we've been taught that, oh, marriage isn't a goal. It's not that serious. But why isn't it? You're finding a person to spend the entire rest of your life with. You'll build something together. Hopefully you'll build something together. So why isn't it that important? Why isn't it that serious? Why isn't this something you need to work on? Y'all, I'm so sorry. Like, share, subscribe. I was supposed to stop and make sure I had some likes like an hour ago. So please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. If you're on Facebook, head over to the YouTube at Monologue Magad, MONOLOGMAGAD. Turn on your notifications so you know when we go live. YouTube teaches you all kind. YouTube, TikTok is Mom, everywhere. No, here, you can sit right here. I'm almost finished, okay? My husband said he's need respect and sex. Same thing my husband says. He's learned I need affection and protection. And okay, that respect thing. I think we're gonna talk about that next week. Because and that's something I had to learn when I got married. That's a big deal. And it's not what we think it is. It's not as simple as we think it is. It is a more complex issue. So next week we're definitely going to get into respect and how to respect the man, because that is an art form. Hold on, y'all. My child trying to get up in the seat, about to hurt himself. Why you need this pillow? So you can be tall? Come on. Did that come in here? Just wanted to. Okay. Atticus, ladies and gentlemen, Atticus. Okay, let me wrap up and then me and you gonna talk, okay? They're not trying to have a husband. They too busy trying to be the woman at the well. They already had 5 of them. Okay, sis. But facts. They not trying to have a husband. They just want best friends that'll let them spend all their money. Really. So yeah, okay. So next week we're definitely gonna talk about respect. But that goes into also allowing a man to be safe around you and to it I don't we just have so much. Hold on. I have nothing against a woman staying home is not working as long as that man can provide for the family fully and she doesn't have that extravagant lifestyle, because that really isn't in the Black community. I'm not against it. Hold on, because I want to read your comment, because I'm one of those stay-at-home moms that you may be talking about here, sir. Oh, Leah said, hi, Atticus. Hi. I'm not against, do believe in it really feasible, and there's a realistic expectation of what can be provided, because most Black men ain't making 100K, which some of these women want. Now that is true. And that's the thing. Like, being a stay-at-home mom, listen, we see these stay-at-home moms that have generational wealth. Okay. Like, she came in with some money, he came in with some, like, these people have been wealthy for generations. And so we see this kind of life and feel like that's what it's supposed to be. But no, like, being a stay-at-home mom means sacrifice. Like, sure, I would have more spending money if I had a job, but then I wouldn't be here with my kids. I wouldn't be here to provide for my husband. And the fact of the matter is, it's well above my needs. So me asking for more would just be being greedy, honestly. Oh, okay. I'm praying for you too, that comes true for you. Lorraine, thank you. Please, I hope you come back. I'm here every Thursday on YouTube at Monologue Magat, MONOLOG MAGAD. I'm also on the Nasaya TV app, you guys. Yes, I'm on TV. You can download it on your smart TVs, your Roku, and your Apple TV. It is the Nasaya TV app. It's not just my show. There's a lot of great teaching on there. There's great documentaries, shows for the kids. So go ahead and download that and check it out. Let me shout out my husband again. If you're not following him on all your social media platforms, please give him a follow on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at Monologue Magat. I am at the wife of Mono, just in case you don't know. So go ahead and follow. Put what in the comments, Jeremiah? You could just tell me, and I'll do it. I'm just not sure what you're saying. Um, hold on. Let me get down to these comments now. This is annoying. Okay, there we go. Okay, you see how it's getting on my nerves, Atticus? Yes, ma'am. All right, so I am gonna wrap up here, y'all. I'm just trying to get to the end of these comments. Okay. Ah. Oh, okay. Did you? Okay, I did. Did you see it? Let me throw it up again in case you guys did not see it. But there it is, right there. NASIYD. And like, we have it on our Roku TV. So if you have a smart TV, you can definitely download it. I will be there. I'm there every Thursday, and they have all our old shows too. So if you want to go to the past shows, you can do that as well on the Nasai TV app and on our YouTube. Don't forget to head over to your streaming platforms and download music from my hubby over here. Here, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend. Yeah. Monologue Magat. Right, yo dad. So I'm thinking he's gonna come and give y'all some parting words. But I hope the message on today, I hope something was said that will help you on tomorrow, on something that will help you, or just with anything that you are dealing with. And please, hey, if you have questions, topics you can have discussed, I'm definitely accepting that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Monologue Magat.
Sheesh. I have to start letting you introduce me, Atticus. Nah, hey, what's going on, Jeremiah Grant? Hey, man, what's going on, King, Leah, everybody that's tuning in, man. We just want to, first of all, the Most High, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, man. Listen, I think this has been great. A lot of people have been tuning in. A lot of people been putting their info or giving their feedback. Yeah, we are trying to we have to we have to rebuild these families, man. And the only way to rebuild these families, like Jeremiah Grant said, getting back. Me and Jeremiah Grant, we was in church together some years back. I was a minister at a church. No. This is here. This is at Moss Church.
Oh, okay.
And remember Moss used to always talk about how, hey man, practical teaching. Yeah, we can go through scriptures all day. But if you're not giving practical application on how this works, how this supposed to look, you know what I'm saying? So yes, you could tell woman submit. You could tell husband, but we're not teaching our that's what the mothers of the church used to be for. Mm-hmm. No, they'll tell you, no, man, you're supposed to do it. This is how you supposed to, because guess what? We're leaving it all up to interpretation. So man, we are I appreciate what this lady over here is doing, man. The wife of Mono, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no wife of Mono without Mono. Yeah. No, but this is much needed information. This is much needed teaching. This is much needed. Much needed. Go ahead and read it.
We lost that because mothers came a lot younger and to tell them what to do. Yes, exactly. And that is horrible. I've talked about that before. We don't have the role models. We just shut them. We told them that we gonna do what we want to do. We gonna come to church, looking how we want to look, and y'all can't tell us nothing. Y'all old. Y'all don't know anything. Biblical culture is interwoven in the word. Walk it out, and that's what we need. We need to get back to our way from that because of our modernness and our new age femininity. Whoop de whoop. Them numbers going up. All praise to the Most. Leave a like. Thank you.
Definitely.
Takes a village to raise children. It definitely does.
And we need y'all to share. We need y'all to share the YouTube. And we're gonna start running some ads. We need the YouTube numbers to go up. We're seeing most of our fan base is now switching over to YouTube. So all praises for that. We need to share so we can get in the algorithm. Because how many people are really teaching? We got a lot of folks tearing down our women, talking about them. We got a lot of brothers that's, what I'm saying, teaching other brothers. Like if we feel like our men are really, I ain't saying we ain't got a long way to go. But our men as a whole, our black men are like, we're changing the direction we're going. It's no more long dope boys and gangbangers. We're now, keep it right there. But we're now trying to, black men don't cheat. No, we're now, being great fathers. No, we're changing what's going on as a whole. But we need that our women, you know what I'm saying? Yes, that they pointed out a lot of things that's wrong with the women, but who's gonna teach the women? Yeah, you can tell me I'm wrong all day. And my favorite rapper in the world, who's the best dead or alive, I think he should be everybody's favorite. But Andre 3000 once said, he said, telling young men that selling is a sin. But so is telling if you don't offer new ways to win. Yeah, you can tell your women, oh, you wrong. We can tell them that all, but if you're not giving them what are you replacing it with?
Right.
It must be replaced. I praise the Most High for a show like this. You got men tuning in. This, you know what I'm saying? You know, and you're really talking to the women, so they're going to continue to do some things. Let's read some of these comments.
Okay. Yes, I want y'all on my show. Save Single and Black.
And fat.
Save Single, Black, and Fat. Okay, I'm there. Is it gonna be food? Sound like food.
it might just be online.
Oh, okay.
But scroll up. Yes. Hey, Jeremiah, I don't know if you got my number, King, but inbox me. I'll shoot you the number, bro. 100.
Thank you so much, King Connect. Thank y'all. And listen, I appreciate y'all commenting and interacting. You know, I know I say that my show is not for men, but I need y'all's input, and I think the other ladies need to see your input as well to let them know, like, yeah, no, I'm talking good. I know what I'm saying here. So, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all tuning in and commenting and everything. He said it's online. It's okay. We still coming.
You missed this comment right here. You skipped that on purpose.
No, I didn't.
He my dad favorite. He be going off.
You talk about Kevin. Oh, Andre. Oh, boo. No, I did not skip it on purpose.
He talking about me, Andre.
I did not skip it on purpose because of that.
Andre's 3 stays. He going, no.
Is it truly not for men? Because I've seen a lot of men.
Hey, it's a lot. So, no, the show is for men. We want folks to know, men definitely love your input with all that good stuff. But we believe biblically, like a woman is not to teach men. So the teachings that my wife is offering is to teach our women how to be better. Now, men, definitely, please tune in. Please add your input. Please yes. All of that. But as far as men getting their questions answered or as far as
my instruction being directed toward men.
Yeah. Thank you, girl. Her instruction is not for men because we also understand that that's my wife does not usurp authority over men. You know what I'm saying? At all. So but we're gonna start, man. We're trying more scheduling in our lives. So we definitely need to, can we get another Sabbath Night Live tomorrow?
Girl, I'll be trying to get him down here for a Sabbath Night Live, and he's just been so freaking busy.
So busy. I was just in Texas this weekend at the Dripping Sip, man. Y'all make sure y'all go tune into that. And man, y'all check out the Light Hebrew magazine, bro, and everything that Sister Delta is doing over there, bro. It's crazy. Sabbath Night Live tomorrow. I think we can make that happen, man. We're gonna go and make that happen tomorrow. We're definitely gonna do a couples. We're definitely gonna do a couples podcast though. We're gonna do a couples podcast. You know, we'll have other couples on. We need y'all feedback, man. What's y'all freest days? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's y'all freest days? Like Mondays, is it Sunday nights, Monday nights, is night. Y'all just let us know. How long? What time it is? Oh, we
got like 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
It's 9:55.
Yeah, we got to be off at 10. Oh, no, I'm looking at this up here.
Yeah, you're looking at the wrong thing.
That's the counter for how long we've been on, isn't it?
Yeah, but you could have started late. I don't know. I'm just saying we got to be off at 10.
No, boo. This is...
Is it? Read. You please read. Read!
Not I submit this. I don't think it's teaching men more than we seeing what women are thinking and putting our aspects and seeing where the error is and putting it.
Facts. We appreciate that, man.
I found the dialogue refreshing.
God, hey King, I miss you, man. I know
All
it's been a
praises.
long time since I seen you, man. But we will be attending Passover, man. Me and Chief been talking, man. So all praises, man. I miss y'all guys, man. The Ray Owens.
Thank you.
We
so
thank
much.
you for all the newcomers too, man.
Yes, thank y'all so much.
A hand clap of praise for the newcomers, man.
If you're a first-time visitor to the house of Mono, please stand.
Please stand. Please stand and introduce yourself to the congregation.
Tell us your church home and where you're from.
What the hell? Sabbath Night Live, man. I guess we gonna do that thing at what time you started? 8?
8.
Yeah, shoot. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. What is 7 better or is 8 better? I think 8 is pretty good, man.
Yeah, I think 8 is like prime time.
8 is prime time. Okay, I'm thinking Sundays is gonna be our couples talk.
Sunday
nights, man. What time Sundays though?
She put where she from. Yes, girl.
How did you hear about us? How did you hear about us, ma'am?
I love it.
Would you like to join the church?
Right. We'll have ministers passing out information after the service. Please take this as our
8 p.m. on Sundays, man. I'm gonna talk to my brother. I'm gonna talk to my brother Ayob. Muhammad. So for sure, man. I'm thinking Sundays. 8 Sundays. We're going to start. Jeremiah Grant, you in Delaware? Bro,
oh, wow.
You left
Delaware?
the A? Man, left the A. She said he popped up on her screen. All praises
really?
to
All
the
praises.
Most High.
Yes.
That's all praises
That's
to
awesome.
the Most High. Listen, you guys, we love y'all. We want to let all our people know. We want to let all our people know here at the House of Mono that we love the Most High. You know, we believe in the Bible from the front to the back. So everything y'all get from us is going to, of course, be biblically based. But we do believe that we have been taught some things incorrectly. And that's what our ultimate goal is to share with our people, that us as Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, that it's time for us to go back to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High instructed us, and the faith in his son, Christ, we call Yahawashai in the Paleo Hebrew. But listen, we love y'all. We thank y'all for tuning in. There's another show showing up, so we got to get off exactly at 10 because we are syndicated on. I don't know if we syndicated. Well, we're syndicated. I don't know if that's
syndicated because they got all the reruns up there, so I'm gonna call it. Okay,
we syndicated, man.
You can watch my reruns.
So listen, man, we love y'all. We thank y'all. Please share. Please like. Please subscribe. Hey, man.
We about to go.
Tell the folks, man. We love y'all, man.
We love you. Thank you for joining me Thursday at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow, Sunday at 8 o'clock. We're gonna come up with the name.
We don't know if we're gonna be here this Sunday, but we will be here. We will be here tomorrow. We'll be here tomorrow. 8 p.m. We love y'all.
Shalom.